Just doing some Blitz 80 right here. I know the video quality is not going to be the greatest. I was trying to sort out a little bit better recording process, but it wasn't letting me from the start for some reason. It worked last night, but so doing Blitz 80, and I'm on the PC obviously. Uh, Much easier to do Blitz 80 on the PC. So I'm gonna be recording the whole entire Blitz. So if you wanted to just see some of the few things I do, I'll try to explain what I'm doing in the process. So I got four fleets, one from base, and then three from the my carrier. We pretty much use the first few waves as like a test wave to see if there's any holes and whatnot. And then at this point right now, I already know where each fleet's going, and I'm using the basic keybinds from the game to quickly support. Much easier. So all I have to do is click R D and then R D click. All I have to do is this E S and then one for my preset. Much easier than continuously trying to click and whatnot. Actually, let's do this. Normally, I don't play with the sound. Normally, I don't play with the sound, but that's getting annoying to me. So that's R and D, and I have ran a hero, obviously. Click R and D, quick and easy. It just takes a little bit of getting used to the keybinds. I used to keybind back in the day, so I'm a little bit familiar with it. And then A is for the base, actually. And then space bar is the go inside the base. But right now, this is my assigned area. We have other areas, obviously. We just wait. Luckily, the last few weeks, the wave pattern for me hasn't been too bad. So I'm quite familiar at this point on how the blitz is gonna go. So you can see in the chat bar, people are like -1, whatever. So we only have also 50 bases right now. We only have about 42 mains. We're a little short, but we're gonna transfer and get more people. So we'll be. We were actually max rewards yesterday. Turn. And then what I do also is each base kind of has a fleet that I assign it purposely. So whenever I choose this base, I know where this other base is gonna go, and I started writing down the blitz order, which helped a lot. So what I would do is with three fleets, for example, I would three bases line, three bases line, three bases, and that kind of got me my brain to kind of realize, hey, order, order, order. So first phase, second phase, third phase, you start kind of breaking blitz up into phases. So whenever whenever there's a new pattern, luckily there hasn't been a huge pattern shift. It's kind of random sometimes. Sometimes some weeks you have a easier time than others, and then you have to kind of relearn everything. So that's the fun part. Sometimes I don't have to really use my base fleet. My base fleet's kind of like a relief of my brain fleet. You can see how I can just shift fast. Click E S. Who scans? So wave four, wave four. We're getting everyone used to it. Everyone's got their holes filled. Just about four or five. All the holes are usually filled. This is an alt. We have a few alts in here just to fill up the spaces. Say someone's still -1, which is actually that's him right there. Boom. It's not. It's also the auto heal. If you notice, Rana's auto healing, and it just makes it so much easier, especially when you have your fleets going to multiple bases. I'll pop like a popcorn. You will. Normally I have this base too, but I gave this base to someone else. I already have like 12, 11, 12 bases, so I don't really need need all that much. I'm already at max rewards. Better not to be selfish. And all you do is for the repair. I tend to get lazy and click this repair button, but E, and then just press X right here. Oddly enough, Elysium is to repair all instead of X. Elysium is C, so I'll do stuff like that in Elysium. Boom. Sometimes I individually, sometimes I just return all. Wave 5. Actually, my fingers are a little bit faster than the game, so I have to kind of slow down my fingers. I do like how they added this a few months ago to the sidebar, the hits. But now the funny thing is, you don't have the status bar anymore, so you have to go into. Sometimes this is also handy too, but realistically, you don't really almost don't need this anymore. But it's one of those old habits die hard. This is still good. This is good though. That's probably why they did it. Go ahead. What to do? Also, I was gonna. You can also line up your fleets the way to deploy them, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna show you. I did that a while back, which kind of helps a lot too. It kind of helps when you're more than maxed. If you're if all your bases are kind of covered more than this. Well, I would say if you have less bases. So you see these numbers on the left right here, one, two, three. Well, all you have to press is one, two, or three to return them. Now, if you press one, it'll go down, and then say I press one, this base will disappear, and then Mercs right here will go down to one. So all realistically, you can kind of in your mind set up where you just have to only press one to return. The good thing about this method also is if you click it, cool, okay, or you press one, is there's no this menu right here. It just automatically turns. So I press one and it's going to return. I press this, it's going to return automatically. There's no indication. So that will save you about couple seconds or about a second or so of time, which is even more crucial. And then what I used to do also is if a base is getting close and you need to return it really fast for the next, you can also right here visually check to see if the base is done or being done hit, then you can return like this menu. So that way you can quickly return your fleets. I used to do that a lot. Wave 6. Nothing happens much wave 6. Wave 7 is going to be the probably the one where I'm going to have to repair maybe one fleet or none, depends on the day. And then wave 8, I'll have to repair maybe one fleet or two fleets or something like that. Probably it just really depends on other people too. But everyone's repairing each wave. You definitely want to repair each wave for Blitz 80 right now. See chit chat. We're pretty comfortable Blitz 80 right now. Actually, I'm gonna do press 2 and then 1. This is why I like doing it on a computer. Nice and easy. I could do it on mobile, but I really just it's just you know how a lot of people do it on mobile. I'm sure you're even watching this on the phone too. It's just much easier to do on the PC. Keybinds, especially also if you're rotating fleets, you can see. Look at this. Look at this view. I love this. You have this view. If I'm only taking care of like say these three sections, I'm not. I could just zoom in like right here. I've been like this the whole entire time, so I can see a lot visual visually. And if I get a new pattern, it's great. And then my carrier is positioned in a certain way where I can get to things quick and it helps. So really, let's see. This one gets hurt first. Second, this one's next, and then this one. So I could do that. So now everything's in order. So now all I have to technically press is one, And after the first time, it's gonna work out because you're gonna have to keep sending it off to the new bases, new bases, new bases. So I'm gonna show you how I do this method. And some of y'all may already do it. Some of you, a lot of people do it. Like I said, on mobile, so they have to use their fingers. I use a keyboard and mouse. Wave 7, fight. Actually, I'm gonna press 1. That way I can show you. 1, 1. I should. That was a bad idea. 1. Now with this fleet, if I had to cover this base, I usually use that fleet right over there to cover this base. It's not too bad. I can do it. 1. But I can also use my base in a bind if I have to really support them in a hurry. Gotta remember to support that one. This this one's an alt too. So there's my base. Right now, kind of all some of these are breakers, but the first 5 are 26 bill or so. Actually, that's kind of not too bad. We're requiring at least 30 bill base, 25 bill support. That's a little close, but that's not too bad. Boom, greens. So I didn't have to repair any of this wave, which is good. Sometimes I have to repair maybe one fleet. So, and then also with this, I have this frozen skin that gives me more speed. Helps a lot. And then obviously the CBRM boots that help quite a bit. Especially it deals with the base fleet speed too. The EOD boots didn't work with bases, so your base fleet would slow down. Why? Still, someone probably missed. Yeah, it was late, and that's an alt. That's an alt too. And wave eight is what I like to call the Karen wave. No offense to people who are named Karens. Karens screech, and they want to talk to your manager. So, and they're very loud, boisterous, naughty. So that's why I call wave eight the Karen wave. They want to be heard. But 70 Karen, ooh, see, boom, that was a smooth transition. Wave 7 for Blitz 70 is Karen. So yeah, this is even though most of my bases are actually toward the beginning, so I'm already done. I'm done. That's kind of funny. Then RX, just to show you some of the fleets. Fleet composition: no more than one destroyer per fleet. I like to have two FFs per fleet, and then obviously two subs or three subs. If you could do it without a destroyer, I'd probably do it without a destroyer. This is another fleet I have. These two are 200s, and this one is only This is my favorite makeup is 2 frigates at least minimum. That's 2 frigates minimum. Seems to be a really good combo for 70 and 80, especially 80. FFs just dominate 80. See, 8's a heavy hitter, and then 9 and 10 are a little bit heavy hitters too. A little bit. You just you can't. You still got to put your A game on. Although I'm not really pressing one right now, but bum, 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 bum. So this is an alt 70% remaining. Base 0. He's got a big ass fleet in that one. But Destroyer is still not the best. This one's a 180. That's like a 130, I think. And that's a 130, I think, at Virginia. Virginia's not the huge best, and we got one burn. Oh, who burned? Someone burned. I think that's an alt. No ships at Mars. Yeah, or that might be. I can't remember if that's a. So that's one less. We're still gonna get 18,000 ship XP tokens. And then once we transfer, we will get the max straight away. Now, I will say if time's a pinch, I'll focus more on this, but I like to send this off because I potentially might forget. So I like to send this off first so I don't forget. That's 100. This one, the third fleet, my third preset has 6 ships in it. So I'm done. Actually, this is the 48%. Oh, that's this is my base fleet right here. 24. Well, it says 26. Did I even? Oh, he changed his profile picture. This is my sixth fleet. 47. That's a 152. This is 200. Let's see, 45 is not too bad. Oh, it failed. So someone missed. Someone missed. Was it showing healing indicator too? It happens. Missing happens. Not bad though. 9%. Probably if this base had my first fleet, it might have survived. Uh oh. Oh, Mark 1. If I had my first fleet, it probably could have survived. It has a my first fleet has my big FF. Sometimes these large percentages, it's like one ship. So no, I don't. My second fleet's a decent fleet also. Actually, let me do this. Since I'm just gonna do it's gonna leftover fleet for 1 and 2. But yeah, this is wave 10, and thank you for joining me in Blitz. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, sorry about the video quality. I'm gonna just see if I can try to improve it a little bit. I'm using OBS. I've had it work before, but I don't know, for some reason the video quality not the best on it for some reason, and I was recording on another platform on my AMD software, that one software thing, and it was working last night. It just wasn't working today. So thank you for watching and doing Blitz with me, and have a good one.